I love that thanks to sophisticated algorithms, this video will find the right audience. Old people like me. Tori Spelling just had her former Beverly Hills 90210 co-star and ex, Brian Austin Green, on her podcast. And I listened, so you don't have to. I know you're busy. She and he spilled so much tea, not just about their relationship, but also his ex-wife, Megan Fox. And if there's one thing Tori Spelling is really good at, it's stirring the pot and knowing how to get as much attention as possible. Because in addition to 90210, she has done multiple reality shows, and her podcast is basically like a reality show. She brought up something that Megan Fox did towards the end of her marriage to Brian Austin Green. Tori said, quote, "It annoyed Megan when you chewed because she thought she could hear it." And I remember thinking at the time, how bad could it be? She loves him. Like, why? That really bothers her? Chewing. I honestly think that the chewing thing was just like, she'd gotten to the point, I think, where things just weren't great. So everything was annoying her. You kind of get to that point where you're like, just the way you're shuffling your feet right now, the way you're putting that toast in the toaster is just driving me crazy. It's all that stupid little stuff, you know? He adds, and then that, to me, is when you have to make the choice of going, okay, we either are going to go into therapy and we're going to try and find our connection and figure out what's going on, or these things are going to sink us. They're going to be the death of us because they just build up and get worse and worse and worse. And you start, every little thing starts bugging you. Well, unfortunately, they didn't make it work. Wah, wah. But he's happy. He's moved on. He's got a new partner and a baby. And Megan Fox has downgraded with Machine Gun Kelly. They may be twin flames, but God, that twosome is so toxic and ick and annoying. Speaking of twosomes, Spelling and Austin Green talk about their romance while they were co-stars on Beverly Hills 90210. And yes, he does remember hooking up with her, but he does not remember their first time. She does. And it happened at the most magical place on earth, Disneyland. Tori recalls that they were fighting nonstop that day at Disneyland, and they were in line at the Matterhorn when she asked why they always argued, and he gave her a shocking confession. Quote, "You said, 'Have you ever thought maybe I always fight with you because I love you?' Then we started kissing," Tori recalls. "Then you were like, 'Do you want to get out of here?' And I was like, 'Yeah.'" Brian literally could not recall this, and he goes, "Wait, what? I love this story." So then they went to the Disneyland Hotel, and Tori says it was all kind of epic, out of a John Hughes movie. And the next morning, she went to the lobby to call Jenny Garth, her bestie, to spill all the tea about what happened. I love being old. I love that we're still here. Shout out to Shannon and Luke. I was obsessed with 90210. True story. I have talked about this in the media before. After Shannon was fired, she didn't quit. I wrote a letter to Fox. I was that bothered and moved by it. But I love that despite everything, these two still have a very close friendship. And I love sharing all this tea with you all. Thoughts? Let me know in the comments.